Hello, everybody. I was sitting here at a church, and the other day I saw this lady who was praying at the chapel. So there's where the Holy Eucharist is stored, in that little I don't know if you can see it actually through the camera, but there's like a little cavity container type thing that holds the Holy Eucharist. And so to Catholic people, that's like the place where like God is. So when you're there, your prayers are closer to God, and it's like a good place to pray, because then maybe they might get answered more. And I saw this lady there who was like crying and touching the cavity, the thing that holds the Holy Eucharist, for a good bit of time. And I just admired her, and I said, oh wow, she's so brave. She's so brave to allow herself to fully express what is occurring in her soul at this time, and not to push it away or anything. So she must, I later found out her story, so that's why I was about to cry, but she she really truly, that's an authentic feeling in her heart. She truly is standing with herself despite, social pressure, which would, of course, pressure you not to cry in front of others and stuff. So, oh my God. So I just admired her, and I saw her again, and she was just leaving as I was sitting here. I like to sit outside sometimes and pray. And she was kind of crying, but she said, God bless you, as she was leaving in Spanish. And I just said to myself, you know what, can I go give her a hug? And I asked her, and she said, of course. And I told her, bless her. And she told me what had happened to her son, that he had ran away with a woman, and she felt in her heart like something may have happened to him, and it's been days, and she's just praying for him to come home. And I told her that I pray for her prayers too, and I pray for him to come home. And it just struck me like how the prayers of a desperate mother are like so powerful. There's nothing like them on earth. Whether it's like a biological mother, or like a mother, like maybe a grandmother who is like a mother to you in heaven, who has already passed but is praying for you from there, or like the prayers of like a mom who's like your mom in spirit, who's like your adopted mom on this planet. You're like your play mom. And I just realized, like, she doesn't know it, but when there were times when I was away from home and nobody knew where I was, and I was the lost one at that time, and my biological mom had everybody praying for me. I have a mom in spirit who had people praying for me, or at least, yeah. And I had an aunt who was praying, and an uncle. It clicked in my head after all these years. I knew that prayers really do have an effect. I was raised atheist. So I don't understand the tangibility of it, but and it didn't even register really until right now, but for my own case. But recently, my cat, who is like my son, I call him my son, and I tell everybody this is my son, and because he is truly his own unique, precious, extraordinary being, and I love him to death. And so he's my son, and because I'm his mom, and he got lost, and I didn't know what had happened to him. I didn't assume anything too bad, but I was praying for him to come back, and I had people who were very powerful prayer people in my life praying for him to come back. And I was doing everything I could possibly do, and as it turns out, I didn't know this at the time, but cats are notorious even the ones that have the microchip, which he has, cats notoriously, they don't come back when they get lost. Dogs sometimes do, but like cats not so much. And statistically, I saw a little poster that said about 2% of cats that are lost for over a week don't come back. And so I know 5 days, and my cat was lost for 6 days. And you know, on the 6th day, he showed back up. Well, he had been taken to Mexico. he had a journey, and when they found him, his jaw was completely obliterated, which the vet says she thinks that somebody took a bat to his jaw, you know, and they're superstitious people. She sees that often. She was the emergency pet hospital, so they see that. And he also, there was a lot going on with him, but he pulled through and he survived, and he came home again, and he's happy as can be. He's the same cat that he's always been, just happy and roaming around, this free spirit. And he's so strong. And so I know that this is what's so funny about the whole thing, is that the ladies who had finally taken him to a vet to get microchipped on that 6th day, they were the ones who had picked him up on day 3 actually, and took him to Mexico, all this stuff. And when they finally did the microchip, I met them at the pet hospital, and they said to themselves, there was 2 ladies, and they were saying to me that, you know, we see cats like this all the time, but we never really do anything, because they live in a part of my city where people, you know, I guess there's cats like that they see often. And so they said we didn't do anything, but he was just so cute, and he was still alive, and we don't ordinarily stop to help them, but like the cats, animals, but we did for this one. And we were both telling each other that somebody must be praying really hard, because we never do this. And so I told them, yeah, you're right. And so I just wanted to share that story, that when you pray, even for something that has like a really small chance of happening, like 2%, statistically, yeah, there's so much power when you pray. Yeah, your prayer is your power. So I don't know who needed to hear that, but I pray for whatever you're praying for too. And if you would like to, I welcome you to hold a prayer in your heart, or as many prayers as you'd like. And I pray for them too, from my heart, that they are released to God, and that they come true too. Amen. And I just want to share that I'm not religiously Catholic, I'm spiritual. And so when I say God, I mean whatever God means to you.